Tana, why did Beethoven get rid of his chickens?
I don't know.
Because they kept saying Bach, Bach, Bach.
Oh boy. I made a pencil with 2 erasers. It was pointless.
Point. Or good point. Good lack of point. Yeah. Yeah. Today I told my family I was going jogging. It's a long running joke.
I bought shoes from a drug dealer once. I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping.
Nice. Good one.
My name is Tano Williams. My role is chef, owner, dishwasher, whatever it takes. And I've been here ever since December of '09. Loveland is special because this whole journey started with us looking for a place to continue to grow our catering business. We found this little place, tea room, started to work on the idea, and it just all of a sudden, 15, 16 years later, here we are with a 3-story building, blessed beyond belief with a community who loves and supports us greatly. Yeah, what's coming up is our fall menu. I'm working on that right now. We are always changing the menu seasonally, and we are into the fall now, as you can tell, with the beautiful weather. So I'm working really hard on that. Stay tuned for more details.
All right. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Loveland Exchange. We are blessed today to have Tano here with us. And Tano is with Tano's, right?
Heard it. Not Tano, Tano's.
Is it Tano?
No, Tano.
Okay, Tano's. All right, good.
Tacos. You don't eat Tanos, you eat tacos.
Okay, I got you. I thought I'd been saying it wrong for 30 years. Well, first of all, welcome. Thanks for taking the time to be here with us. And, like here, we just want to kind of share a little bit about, it's kind of a Loveland show. So what's going on in Loveland, but even more importantly, about the people and the businesses that are in Loveland. So again, appreciate you taking the time. So why don't we start off? Why don't you tell us a little bit about Tano's and tell us about how long you've been here and maybe hit us with why, those kind of things.
All right. Well, we've been open now since the December of '09. We had a little fire vacation,
Yeah, a little one.
just a little one, 13 months,
Yeah.
just a couple of bucks that took in order to rebuild it, a couple of bucks. But, the initial reason why was we came to Loveland was because we needed a space. I had recently left my previous position, started a catering company out of my house, and it grew to the point where I couldn't. Uh, when I was doing a wedding and a birthday party for 150 people each out of my house, it was time. So we found this spot. Used to be Annabelle's Tea Room, and we took one side, and then we eventually got too big, and then we took the other side, and next thing you know, we're taking the second story, and it's just a very nice, slow, gradual growth over the years, doing what we do, which is chef-driven type of menu where we go with the seasons. We constantly are making fresh from scratch. Stuff just pops in my head that I want to do with food, and you can call it a God-given blessing, and it could also be a curse. But we've done it now for I don't know how many menus. Our library is huge, but it's just a lot of fun. And since I don't know, coming out of the fire, we opened up our Hamilton store, and then the big bad bug hit us,
Yeah.
and that was an experience.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
So fire was what, 17, right?
Fire was May of 17.
17,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It was the what was it? Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night, and we had a wedding, 200-person wedding that Sunday, the next day. And believe me, my cooler was full of food, and somehow, some way, we got it done.
No kidding.
Because we had our other location, the take-home location that we had to close because of COVID, but we were able to pull that together. I don't know how we did it. It was amazing. It was definitely the sheer will of it all.
Right.
But
But 17 hits. 13 months before you have the doors opened again,
Yep.
and then whatever number of months, not that many, you have 2020 and you have
Well,
COVID.
yeah, and then we were open late 18, and then we opened Hamilton summer of 19,
Okay.
and then the winter-ish of 20 is when I hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
and everything shut down.
So it's good. You didn't really have anything going on.
You
So
know,
yeah.
me and Kings Island, we got something going on with roller coasters.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I have the
Yeah.
official hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably prefer the Kings Island roller coaster than not
Oh,
the
10
business roller
times.
coaster, right? Yeah. Yeah. Although yours may have a few more thrills to it.
Spills.
Spills. Exactly. Precisely. Precisely. That's good. And you mentioned it, so you have more than one location.
Yes, of
You have
course.
one in Hamilton.
Yes.
Where's that located?
150 Riverfront Plaza,
On
which
Riverfront
is
Plaza.
literally on the river right there across the street from the courtyard. There's there's so many similarities. There's Markham Park, Nisbet Park. There's the great Miami. You have the bike trail. You have so many those type of, a big bridge, a little bridge, but it's a bridge, that type of thing. So yeah, we're really happy to be there. It's been a challenge. Not that any business is easy to do and is successful coming out of the gate. Some are, God bless them, but so far so good. Can't complain. Well, I can complain.
You can't, but no one's going to
No,
listen. That's right, exactly.
especially my
Well,
wife.
and restaurants are tough. I don't run a restaurant, but you hear statistics like 9 out of 10 of them fail and things like that, and then you've got, and that's if you're
That's your
if you're
first
doing,
year.
that's the first
Yeah,
year.
that's the first year.
Yeah,
The number goes down as time goes on, and then you have that 5-6 year where you then are subject again to it because you become then kind of old news. So you got to refresh and so on and so forth.
We love Tano's. Number one, the new space is fantastic. Not only can we just go in there and have a great, fantastic, interesting dinner. We walk in, we don't know what's going to be on the menu, right? Now I do. There's a couple things that I would prefer you just leave on the menu for 12 months a year, but I'm sure you hear that all the time. But there's a chicken sandwich that if you want to leave that thing on there, please do.
Yeah, we've done those things one time. Our stuffed salmon is an example. The Tuscan chicken, which is kind of a
That's it,
play
the
on word
Tuscan
because in Tuscany there is no chicken.
Oh, is that right?
So
Okay.
it's kind of a play. It really is. I mean, you're lucky to get a hard-boiled egg for breakfast in Tuscany. Yeah, yeah. But anyhow, yeah, there are those definite favorites that I've pulled them off once, and it was pitchforks and
Yeah.
all kinds of
Well,
stuff coming at
you have
us.
something if
Yeah.
that many people complain,
Amen.
right? But
Yep.
but the nice thing is there's always something on the menu that one is new to me, and that I end up thoroughly enjoying. The ambiance is fantastic. We've had a few functions up on the third floor in the big room there. Um, every once in a while, the stars will align, and I'm actually able to get up on the roof. The roof is a little bit on the popular side, right? So.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting, weather
Yes.
permitting. So
Asterisk.
I'll just sit up there when it's raining. So, but no, I really think you do have something good going on. And I think, in my opinion, you keep it interesting. And I think from a restaurateur standpoint, that's probably the challenge.
Well, how many times you go to a restaurant and it's the same menu that's been there for years? I mean, okay, you go there because of the wings or because of X, Y, and Z, but it becomes so routine. And again, humans are habitual. So there's nothing really wrong with that. But if you're out to eat because you want to have an experience or if you want to have something more than the average, offering, that's what we do. You know, we're constantly changing it up. Right now, we're really into the Hispanic food. We've done a lot of things with nixtamalization of corn, making tamales, fresh corn masa. We're going to come back to that in the fall. We didn't do it this summer, but we've done other things. The scallop tostada, our chili relleno, is a play on chili relleno, which typically is an egg batter, which is kind of heavy and just full of oil because it's fried. But we're doing it in the corn flour, and it's lighter, it's brighter, it's more flavorful in my opinion. and actually better for you, especially because we use tallow. We make our own tallow. So we buy beef suet. It comes from the Mansfield area, and it's a collection of farms, but the quality of the product is so great, and we bring it in a couple of 100 pounds at a time, and we render it down, that's what we use, and it's so much better than seed oil based canola, soybean, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's a good. We'll sashay into that. How's that sound?
bingo.
So we were talking a little bit before we sat down here. You were talking about the seed oil, SOS, seed oil Scout. Thank you.
Yes.
So you are, and I'll let you tell the story, but that from your restaurant is very interesting from the standpoint of your not using seed oils, right?
Yes. So we're certified. Seed Oil Scout is a website. They have an app. They are the only nationally recognized company that will certify, and also with the app, you can scan food items in the grocery store and it'll tell you if it has it or not, instead of going through the 20 different lines of craziness that shouldn't be there to begin with. That's all fake food, all processed food. So it fits what our concept, what's the word I'm looking for? Our stigma, better word, culture.
There you go. Good
Our
word.
culture of fresh food is using foods that are not seed oil, that have no seed oil. So what was the arduous task was going through every ingredient. And mind you, we buy everything and make everything from scratch. So I buy mayonnaise, I buy oil, I buy vinegar. I don't buy a dressing. I don't buy this, I don't buy that. So the issue was trying to find oils that were not seed oil based that would work in a dressing. Kind of funny, but if you use extra virgin olive oil in a dressing, it turns into jelly. So we had to use a combination of pure olive oil, which is a second squeeze. So first squeeze, extra virgin, cold press. Second squeeze is pure. Third squeeze, you don't want because it's a heated press, and it's called pomace. And pomace is in the classification of seed oil because it's a highly heated, which is the problem with seed oils, is that it's so highly heated that it changes the molecules. And that is what causes the inflammation when you ingest it. And oh, by the way, go to Kroger or wherever you go to the grocery store, start looking at ingredients. Find a tortilla chip without seed oil.
Okay.
Just a simple thing. The only brand out there right now that I'm in love with is CAT. They fry their stuff in avocado oil, but all their products, they have cookies, they've got sauces, they've got beans, they got, Mexican version of foods, all seed oil free.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Oh,
But to find bread without seed oil, to find mayonnaise without seed oil, that doesn't cost you, 2 arms and 1 leg. It's insanity. So problem number 1, first thing in your mind as a financial guy would be, what about the cost? Isn't that going to raise your cost? Believe it or not, there's enough offsetting costs, increased cost in bread, decreased cost in buying mayonnaise, because I make my own mayonnaise. Even though avocado oil is not cheap, that's what I use for my mayonnaise. But when you're using eggs and a little bit of lemon juice and some of this and some of that, your ingredients going in, so it actually offsets it. We've actually dropped our food cost by 0.5 point overall.
okay.
Amazing to me,
huge.
because I was like, I'm going to take a 2-point hit.
Right.
I already know it, and it didn't happen.
Hmm.
So the thing is that the generation that is now in play, which would be your early to mid 20s, for some reason they got really hooked on to what health and wellness is all about, and their eating habits, and of course the information on the phone is instantaneous, so you can look up stuff, and if you're really into it, there are those who aren't. But my daughter, Maddie, she went and got certified as a personal health coach, and she was the one that really pushed me into this world. I have lost and kept off 40 pounds. In fact, I was going to the store today and got some water softener salt, and they just happened to be 40-pound bags, and carrying it downstairs
that's
to my
true.
water softener. I'm
Yeah.
thinking to myself, I lost and
This is
kept
what I
this
lost.
freaking weight off. That's crazy to me, how much weight that is. Not that I was in the gym this morning with 50-pound dumbbells, but
What's a gym? I don't even know what a gym
oh
is.
gosh, well, it doesn't start with J. J.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah,
That's
great.
That's kind of a dad joke.
Yeah, it was. We'll use that next
The
time.
dad
Yeah,
pun.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So let me read. So from a seed oil scout standpoint, you are the only restaurant that is certified by them in this area,
In Cincinnati.
in the Cincinnati
Both of our
area.
restaurants.
Is that right? Great.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
There
you go to the
Take
app,
note,
you
people.
look for the blue thing that has the star on it, and it's an easy download. But we're the only ones.
Okay.
Yep.
It's good to know.
Yep.
And inflammation,
Inflammation.
important.
Well, you know what it is that if you're really into it, you're going to stop eating seed oil. Well, imagine that. And everything almost is seed oil. So if your mindset is no seed oil, you're going to stop eating processed foods. You can't eat French fries. You cannot have a French fry that's not blanched in seed oil and then turned around and then refried in seed oil. It's a double negative. I mean, it's probably the worst thing for you, our French fries. We bake our own potatoes. We fry them in tallow. No problem.
French fries have been off my menu for a long time, so
Well, they
yeah.
can come back.
But well, we'll see. Well, baby steps, baby steps. So,
That's it.
so getting close to the end here, but anything you have coming down the pike that you'd like to share with us? Anything exciting or?
Well, let's see.
And I will throw in there that you have taken groups on trips to Tuscany and
Yes.
things like that, right?
Yeah.
So that never had the opportunity, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah, we actually have changed venues. It's the same family. Fantastic people, Francesca. They're for some reason, people come to them with these hotels that they want him to run. So we now have found a niche market. So we're going to Piemonte next year. The trip is already sold out. We're on a waiting list, maybe with a second trip. And it hasn't even been really out now for about maybe a month. It's a blast. It's just so much fun. I go to the market, I bring my friend that speaks Italian better than I. And, the butchers in Tuscany know me as soon as I walk in the door. Gaetano, it's like, how you doing?
That's how it should be.
Well, for as much as I buy from them.
Right, yeah.
I'm a little specific, so they know that for sure.
If I walk in a restaurant, I want that. I want the Arthur.
There you go. Yep.
That's good. All right. Well, fantastic. Again, thank you for being here. Appreciate the time,
Sure.
And maybe we can do this again sometime in the not too distant future. If you
Anytime. You just let me
right.
know. I love it.
Right,
I love talking. If you want me to talk, just let me go.
Just let you know. Okay, perfect. And I'll put in my order for the rooftop about 6 months in advance. We'll see what happens.
You know what? I'll just say a couple of prayers for the weather.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, perfect. Good deal. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
So Art, we got these products from Jungle Gym. If I'm going in order, we got jalapeno flavor, ranch flavor. One is bacon flavor, peanut butter, and black olive flavor.
Yum.
You're gonna ask him 3 questions of true or false, and
Okay.
if he gets it right, then you have to try it. But if he gets it wrong, then you have to try it.
Okay.
So
Well, if he gets it right, we'll let him decide whether he wants to try it or defer. How's that?
let's
Right?
do that.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, Tano. Sorry. True or false?
Yes.
It's possible to have a credit score over 800.
No. False.
Actually, it's true.
Is that right?
Yeah, you could have 850, and now there's actually ones that go to 900.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just in the 700s.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
False it
850.
is.
There you go. All right, so you get to try one.
Although I think now that I think about it, I have an 813.
Yeah.
That was too fast. I gotta stop doing this quick shooting.
That's
stuff.
right. Don't
No,
think.
no shooting.
Think about it.
All
Right.
right. So I guess I have to do a shot now.
Yeah. So, but it is interesting. Somewhere in there, there's one of them. They actually do the rating up to 900 now. Wow. So it used to be if you're up next to 850, you're a rock star. Now they just raised the bar on us.
Yes.
So yeah. But anyway.
All right.
So
Do I have to
he
choose
has
here?
his choice of which
My
one.
choice, or do you want to choose?
No, you choose.
You can give me the one that you don't want.
Okay. Oh, that would be the ranch dressing one.
Oh,
Yeah, which is
that number
that
2?
one right there.
All right.
Yes, yeah, that just doesn't even.
Palatable.
Palatable.
Yep.
There,
I could roll with that.
you good?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
There you go.
I can roll
Palatable.
with that.
That's a good word.
In fact, I might finish it.
Oh, there you go.
Jungle Jim's.
Nice. All right. So that was. Let's go to page 2. See what page 2.
I see. I've already looked at the first ones, so I don't know any of these now.
Here, this is a softball one for you.
Oh,
Ready?
Uh-oh.
Business expenses can be legally written off on taxes if they meet IRS rules.
Yes.
Good point. Good job.
True.
Yes, that is true. That is true. As long as you follow the rules.
I've never been associated with following the rules 100%,
Uh,
but my wife is.
yeah. Okay. There you go. Good. Yeah. Well, if you're going to follow some rules, those are probably ones to follow.
Amen to that.
All right. So
Yes.
I'm going to give you your choice.
Yes.
Do you want to try something else, or are you going to put
Let
it
me
off
try
on-
something else because
Okay.
I'm the guinea pig here.
All right. Good. Well,
Give me a good one.
what was the green one?
Jalapeno?
How do you feel about jalapeno?
Oh, you kidding? I love jalapeno.
Well, there you go, my friend. Try it.
Well,
Yeah.
this will be a true test because I eat jalapenos raw.
Okay.
Love a jalapeno. You know how jalapeno is such an interesting flavor to get it right? Fresh. And then roasted.
Yeah. Well,
We can go into a food segment again.
You're talking my wife's language here. How's the legs?
Mm. No.
No.
Sorry, not a lot of flavor.
So do they taste pop-ish, soda-ish?
Yeah, there's a certain sweetness to it.
Okay.
But and again, if you get into the maha thing, which I'm kind of into it with the seed oil thing, the food dye. We don't know.
Yeah, right.
Not to dish you, Jim.
But no, I'm with you. Like this
Yeah.
whole thing about getting rude. I mean, I don't care whether my soda pop is clear or red, right? As long as it tastes like a soda pop or
I like
whatever.
water.
Hmm?
I just drink a lot of water.
Yeah, well, yeah, and once again, water and iced tea.
Yes.
So okay.
Coffee, beer.
So one last
Good
one.
wine.
You're 1-1.
Yes.
So
Give me a hard one. Come on.
okay,
I screwed the pooch on the first one.
yeah. You knew you had that.
That
one.
was easy.
Yeah.
That was like,
True or false? A certificate of deposit is generally less risky than stocks.
I would agree with
Equities. Yep, that is true.
Yep.
There you go.
that.
Good job.
All right, there you go.
Good job. So you have choice.
I want the most disgusting one. What do you think? Black olive?
That doesn't
try
sound
it.
real appealing
Let's
to
try
me.
it.
Yeah. So here, we'll get you. We
A
want you
fresh
to
cup. And
have
a fresh
cup,
glass.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
I mean, you all know this was the one you wanted to try, right?
Black olive soda.
Meh.
Meh. No.
I think the ranch was the most interesting.
So that was palatable.
There's nothing.
The other
Yeah,
one was not
it was okay.
doable.
It's
and-
interesting.
and
I
this
would
one-
say,
Gotcha.
but not offensive by any means.
All right.
You would think it would be offensive.
Yeah, I'm just not a black olive guy, period.
Well,
Yeah, so yeah, gotcha.
that's why I wasn't.
All right. What about the bacon and the peanut butter? What about bacon peanut butter?
I think you should try that. Give it
All
a
right.
go. Give it
Yeah,
a go.
we're not going to let this go to waste here. Hold on. So let's see here. This is for you, Jungle Jim. Peanut butter. Protein, right? Oh. Tastes like cardboard.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
It tastes like cardboard. And don't ask me how I know what cardboard tastes like, but
Well, that would be the next question. Yes.
how you feel about bacon?
Oh, are you kidding?
Okay, well, here, we'll both do this one.
You know, if there's anybody who's in love with the belly of a pig, it's this guy.
There you go.
You can't go wrong with the belly of a pig.
Oh, I got
That actually has some flavor
a
to it.
little
This
maple
is good.
syrup action
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on there.
That's
Yeah.
good. I don't know if I would reduce this and turn it into a sauce, but it doesn't suck.
It's a little bit. It's kind of a.
Has that little maple
It's got the
overtone.
maple
Yeah,
going
yep,
on,
yep,
yeah, which I can live with.
yep.
Yes.
I could finish that one.
There you go.
That's the one.
There you go. All right, fantastic. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for stimulating our taste buds, Jungle Jim. We appreciate that. So, all right. So we're having a little fun. Tell some jokes. We try some interesting foods and stuff. So, but this is a finance show. So I understand you have maybe have a finance question.
Yes,
for
of
us.
course.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, actually, today there was an announcement about inflation
Yes.
and how it affects the prime rate. And in a negative or positive demeanor, the Fed has to do something or not. What makes the Fed move as it relates to inflation?
Oh, let's see. You want the smart aleck answer?
Well, I can think of one as
Yeah.
far as movement.
Yeah, right. So I mean, so for me, and I think for the Fed, they have a number of indicators that they look at. You got gross domestic product, you have employment, you've got the inflation. They have several. Today was the gross domestic, the consumer
The CPI.
CPI, consumer product index. But they also have what they call the PCE, which is the personal consumption expenditure index. That's kind of a big one that they look at, but it's still an inflation index. So they look at those kinds of things. So there's a whole lot that they look at. It's kind of interesting to me that there has been a lot of talk and a lot of demanding that we drop interest rates, right? Well, I guess I'm just not quite in that camp yet because, this economy seems to be clicking along very well. What happens when you lower interest rates is you're actually it's like pushing on the accelerator of the economy, which is going to make things move faster and heat up and things like that. We just spent the last 2 or 3 years working our way out of 9 or 10% inflation. So just at this moment, I just don't see it in the cards that we need to lower interest rates.
So think about it like this. You and I are probably about the same age-ish. I remember when credit card interest rates in general for a mortgage were in the teens. Back in the Reagan, coming out of Reagan, going into Jimmy Carter and gas lines up the why, if it was that bad then and it pushed things so far north, we just hit a pretty good speed bump not too long ago, right?
No doubt. Yeah.
But it didn't
big one.
climb like that. Why not?
So, well, I mean, we've had a few things happen. I mean, we pumped $6 or $7 trillion into the market, which is a big
But they
number.
didn't pump that much back then.
No, well, yeah, not at all. So, in a lot of it's not so much an apples to apples comparison. You're right. I mean, 1980, I was getting 10% on my passbook savings at the bank, right? Mom and dad were paying a 15-16% mortgage, right? So I was happy. They weren't happy. But you also have to remember, it took from 1980 until roughly 2020 for us to go from 16% mortgage down to a 3% mortgage or a 2.75, So, it took a whole lot of time and a whole lot of economic things happened in between there, the Gulf War and 9/11 and dot-com bubble and the Great Recession and all those kinds of it's a tough comparison, let's put it that way.
Right.
But I still look at, I always say, look at the economic numbers, look at the trend in the economic numbers. And the reason you want to lower interest rates is if you want to stimulate the economy. I'm just not sure that we need to stimulate the economy that much right now. So that's kind of my 2 cents on it. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to have 3% interest rates again, but my concern is I have a 3% interest rate, but it's going to cost me twice as much to go get a steak, right? So
I'm just thinking that when Trump was there before, the economy was banging. I mean, it was hot. There wasn't enough people in the marketplace to support the acceleration that was happening, right? Is that something that he is thinking is going to help bring back enough income, if you will, from a tax perspective to offset some of this debt.
There you go. And, I mean, he's doing several things. I mean, look at the tariffs. There's a reason, the difference between imports and exports is a consideration in gross domestic product. But the consumer, which is whatever that number is, a 5 or 6% part of gross domestic, the consumer is 70% of gross domestic product. So you're right. If this economy is rocking and rolling and people are making money, well, guess what? There's a multiplying effect on that money. And, people hopefully are spending money. This economy is moving, tax dollars and all those things, cut back on the debt. So, yeah, the answer to your question is, yeah, that very much could be the thing. But you still got to come back to, here's the yin, what's the yang, right? So we'll see. I think, I would love for interest rates to drop. I'd love for mortgages to go down. I just think it's going to be an extended process.
Drill, baby, drill.
Well, yeah, right. Well, guess what? There's a lot of moving pieces to this economy, and it's not, I think that the thing is if I think I heard this in college, was if you lined up all the economists in the world in one solid line, they still wouldn't reach a conclusion. So that was the running joke in college. So no, great questions. It's just not, okay, we're here, do this. We're here, do this. It's just not that simple. So, but he definitely, our current administration definitely has an opinion about where they want to be. So we'll see what
A
happens.
vision is great. A vision without being able to step.
Yeah. Well, and in fairness, and this is where I'll get, from a inflation standpoint, the Fed did an atrocious job of managing inflation. They started raising interest rates 6 to 9 months later than they probably should have started, and that gave us 10 or 9 or 10% inflation.
It just
Yeah. There's a thing like, you kind of want to keep the horse in the barn, the inflation horse in the barn. Well, we let the inflation horse out of the barn, and halfway across the county, right? So, and it takes some time to drag that inflation horse back into the barn. I think that's kind of where we are. That if he's not in the barn, he's in the corral. So you just don't want him to hop the fence and take off on us again. We just don't need that. So there's my farmer Montana inflation analogy. So
well, the other side of that is the commodities. I mean, you want to keep your commodities because of a restaurateur like me, we want to see beef prices and eggs. I mean, the egg thing was crazy. I mean, go no. But anyway.
Right? No, I'm with you go to a restaurant, it's like it's 50 cents extra per egg. I mean, I get it. I'm like, that's what it's costing you. You charge me an extra 50 cents per egg, and as long as you have to. But and you look at and you talk about beef costs. That's something I because I eat a good amount of beef. It's the change in beef prices in the last 3 years, and they're talking about it carrying over into 2026.
And even a more interesting note would be the whole Ukrainian thing and what was supposed to be the feed and the fertilizer and all that kind of stuff hasn't really impacted like they initially thought.
Right.
Well,
isn't that
which
funny?
is, thank God.
There's a lot of things we worry about that don't come to fruition. So
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
But yeah, great question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, the question was, how does inflation affect the Fed's decision to change interest rates? And in the most basic of terms, inflation is basically when there is too much money in the economy. And the way that can be controlled is by raising and lowering interest rates. So if you raise interest rates, it makes it more expensive to borrow money, which causes there to be less money in the economy. And if you lower interest rates, it causes money to be more accessible to people, which raises the amount of money in the economy, which more money in the economy increases inflation. And so to control the amount of money in the economy, the Fed either raises or lower interest rates, and that's how they control inflation.
All right. Tano, I'm going to get it right. I swear I am. Tano, thank you so much for being here. Very interesting. And I did enjoy, tasting some of the drinks with you because your palate is much more refined than mine. So,
well,
I did enjoy palatable. That I never would have come
That was
up
a good
with
word.
palatable. That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
way
was almost a
beyond me.
dad word.
Yeah. So, but thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing with us. Thank you for the things you do in the community, you and your family, and thanks for just great food. Honestly,
Yes.
So it's a great restaurant. Somewhere where we enjoy to go. So, but yeah, thank you for being here. Appreciate
Sure thing.
it.
My pleasure.
That is that's another episode of the Loveland Exchange. Appreciate everybody listening in. If you get a chance, give us a like, give us a share, and if you have any suggestions or anything like that, we want this show to be as good as possible. So do us a favor and shoot us a comment. So for now, that's the Loveland Exchange. Thank you.